Premier Doug Ford makes a surprise announcement for the Geraldton District Hospital. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Ford pledged $8.5 million for hospital upgrades during a stop on his tour of the Greenstone area yesterday.
Justin Hardy caught up with the Premier and joins us now in studio. And Justin, how big of a deal is this funding for the hospital?
Riley, this is massive for the whole district. Some members of hospital administration even broke into tears when they heard the news. The hospital board has been working on securing this funding for months, and Ford's decision to greenlight the project came right after he toured the hospital yesterday.
We're going to give them another $8.5 million for long-term care beds, another $500,000 for more nurse practitioners. So,
wow!
And it wasn't expected. I just can't say no.
That's awesome.
Most of that money will be used to renovate roughly 10,000 square feet of unused space at the Geraldton District Hospital to create a new outpatient facility, a lab, and house a new CT scanner. Having those services in the new space will then allow the hospital to convert 6 former hospital bedrooms into long-term care spaces. The news comes as quite a shock to hospital administration, according to board chair Eric Peach.
During today's site tour, he announced to the CAO, Daryl, and myself that he was going to push for this project and that he was excited about it. And then within minutes of leaving, he called me and said he'd made some phone calls and that he was going to do his best to make it happen. And then minutes following that, he announced it publicly at his next media event.
Ford's visit to Greenstone was originally meant to focus on upgrades to Highway 584, which runs between Geraldton and Nakina. The route also serves Arrowland First Nation, headed by longtime chief Sonny Gagnon. That highway will be a key connection to the eventual road to the Ring of Fire mining area. There was a bulldozer at the announcement site, but Ford chose instead to jump inside an excavator for the photo op. The province partnered with local First Nations to replace 7 culverts along Highway 584 this past summer, with 26 more planned next year before the entire road is repaved. Ford says this road is crucial to upcoming development in the region.
I think it's a game changer and just allows people to be able to come here. And I think Chief Sonny, I want to thank him and all the chiefs. I'm very grateful. Like I just said, I have a special spot in my heart for this community, unlike any other community. I love them all, but I love this community a little more. And I just want to thank the leadership through Minister Greg Rickford as well. He's done an incredible job. It's a real team effort here, and I just feel part of the family.
There's been plenty of speculation that announcements like these are a sign of a snap election being called in the next few months, but Ford wouldn't reveal much about that possibility.
With all of this movement going on in the region, are we starting to think of a date for a potential election at this point?
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about taking care of the community.
Justin Hardy, TBT News.
One person is in hospital with serious burn injuries after a fire erupted yesterday at a Southside apartment complex. Fire crews were called to McIver Court on Lincoln Street around 2:30 in the afternoon and managed to extinguish the flames. The fire damage to the second floor unit can be seen from outside the building. This was the second fire at McIver Court in the last 5 months. City police held the scene today as fire investigators searched the unit looking for a cause. Acting Division Chief of Fire Prevention Kevin Anderson has more details about what happened.
It was isolated to the unit. The fire doors in the hallway did close not a lot of smoke got into the hallway, which was good. The occupant was found in the bedroom area with some burns, so taken to hospital for further treatment. We don't have an update at this time. Due to the injuries, the Office of the Fire Marshal was called to do the investigation, so they've just arrived, and they'll be working at this today. And so we'll have to wait for the update from them for an origin and cause.
No other occupants in the apartment complex were displaced because of the fire.
The results from Thunder Bay's latest point-in-time homeless count have been released. A group of organizations conducted the count over a 24-hour period in early October and spoke to 557 people experiencing homelessness in our city. That's 17% higher than the last non-pandemic count from 2018, when the number was 474. The percentage of those who are Indigenous is rising as well, at 78%. Most respondents said they were staying at emergency shelters, encampments, couch surfing, or living outdoors. The top reasons given for being homeless were substance use, problems with their partner, and not having enough money to afford housing. Lakehead Social Planning Council researcher Bonnie Kriswati says they believe the actual number of homeless people in Thunder Bay is much higher than that identified by the point-in-time count.
We have an epidemic of homelessness in Thunder Bay. We know it's a gross undercount. I don't see that things are getting better. We know that encampments are on the rise. More and more people are sleeping outside because they have no choice. Shelters are full. No, things aren't getting better right now.
Another stat discovered during the count is that 43% of homeless people said they grew up in foster care or group homes. And survey participants noted the 3 day-to-day items that would most improve their lives are bus passes, food, and a cell phone.
2 area businesses have received over $448,000 from the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund to help expand their operations.
Local MPP Kevin Holland announced the 2 development projects this morning at Smart Modular Canada. Jess Clement was there.
Smart Modular Canada, located in Oliver Papoonge, has received $400,000, while Power System Solutions, located in Rossland, received over $48,000 from the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund. Thunder Bay Atikokan MPP Kevin Holland made the announcement Thursday morning at Smart Modular Canada, saying the investment will help the companies expand their operations and help create good-paying jobs in the region.
It's a great announcement for these 2 businesses in particular, but even across the north and northwest, these announcements are so vital to ensuring that we have the sustainability and the viability and improving our business operations for the jobs in the north that we need. So really excited to be here.
Smart Modular Canada used its portion of the funding to purchase new equipment and renovate its facility to help increase production. The company now has a new automated crane system to help move parts around the building, along with a new truss table. CEO Bill Bolton expects they'll be able to double their production capacity.
So once the wall and floor tables are in, for instance, the wall table will allow us to build the walls here and put the drywall on it and a vapor barrier all in one space, and the crane system will help us to move that to the next station where all the interior walls are already pre-built and drywalled as well. To do that saves a huge amount of a bottleneck that we have at the other end of the shop where they're trying to carry 4x8 sheets of drywall through the doorways and put them in the house and all that kind of thing, so it really will speed up that process and improve our quality.
Power System Solutions also used its grant to purchase newer equipment, which Representative Nathan Middleton says will allow them to expand their portfolio of services to include electrical testing.
We support heavy electrical power users, industrial, generation, mining, for their ongoing operations. So we got new equipment to help with some advanced testing of their power systems to increase reliability.
Jessica Clement, TBT News.
The hospital in Kenora is finally getting its own magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI, machine. Up until now, people in that part of the region had to travel to Thunder Bay or other parts of Ontario to get an MRI. Kenora Rainy River MPP Greg Rickford made the announcement on Tuesday at Lake of the Woods District Hospital. The Ford government will spend $7.6 million to build a state-of-the-art MRI suite in an existing space at the hospital, where there's currently only a CT scanner. Rickford says he personally understands the need for high-level diagnostic imaging in Kenora after having to travel to Thunder Bay for an MRI when he had a hip replacement. He says the new unit will provide more timely access to care and will also free up capacity at the Thunder Bay Regional.
The magnetic resonance imaging for Kenora was the missing piece of the puzzle. The ability to get that diagnostic test there for a variety of clinical conditions, in my case orthopedics, is really now the reason we can stay at home. Right? We can have our diagnostics done there, we can have our surgeries or our any other medical programming done there. So we're just thrilled, and to the tune of $7.6 million, we're creating a space that was available at the hospital, renovating it.
In a statement, Lake of the Woods CEO Cheryl O'Flaherty says they're grateful to Rickford for supporting the MRI project and recognizing the need to enhance service access in that part of Northern Ontario. O'Flaherty says the MRI suite should be finished and ready for patients sometime next summer.
2 local organizations that oversee children in care launched their annual gift campaigns today.
The Children's Aid Society has once again partnered with Walmart for its Wishes Tree gift collection, while Delico Anishinaabeg Family Care kicked off its Wish campaign at Goods & Co. Riley Cohen reports.
One of the best parts of the holidays is opening presents, especially for kids. The Children's Aid Society is hoping to bring the joy to kids who don't have the means to receive holiday gifts. At all 3 Walmarts in Thunder Bay, customers can pick a snowman with a name on it off the Christmas tree. Each one has a specific present listed on it. The shopper can then go and purchase the gift for a child to receive this holiday season.
We started this campaign 36 years ago. We were at Zellers, at Kmart's way back in the day, and a lot of those organizations closed. So we started with one Walmart, and it was the managers that said you should do all 3 stores. Why wouldn't you try to increase the number of gifts that you have? And again, our campaign goal was 400 gifts. Last year we were close to 360. So we hope to meet that this year again with the generous community support.
The Children's Aid Society isn't the only organization to help out during the holidays. Daligo Anishinaabe Family Care is also hoping to make wishes of hundreds of children come true this holiday season as they launch their 16th annual Christmas Wish campaign. The kickoff at Goods & Co. included a performance from the kids at Paramount Live. These bright red bags are used to fulfill at least 800 wishes of little ones from the city of Thunder Bay and surrounding areas. Each wish bag is tailored to match the children's age, unique wishes, and other needs of warm clothing or basic necessities. New this year, donors can purchase a gift card from any retailer, and Daligo staff will use the funds to fill a wish of a child in need.
Kids in the community, when they actually receive these gifts, it really puts a smile on their face during the holiday season. You know, they really feel that they're appreciated, that people care about them, and that members of the community care about their well-being. So if members of the community are interested in participating in the program, they could come to one of the pickup locations here at Goods & Co., Daligo Health and Wellness Center. You will get the iconic red bag.
The Daligo campaign runs until December 2nd, while the CAS campaign continues until December 23rd. Riley Cohen, TBT News.
The Salvation Army's Kettle campaign is also now underway, and organizers have set an ambitious $300,000 fundraising goal. The charity campaign kicked off this morning at the Journey to Life Center. All money raised will stay in Thunder Bay to help those in need throughout the year. The Fort William Rotary Club helped kickstart the campaign with a $10,000 donation, adding to a $6,000 check from Ontario Power Generation. The Salvation Army's Gary Ferguson says, unfortunately, costs keep rising and the need in the community continues to grow, but he's confident they can reach their fundraising goal.
A small donation such as a quarter can help towards giving somebody a bowl of soup that evening. So all the money goes back into the shelter, goes back into the community programs that were there. So anything that we have, we put back into the community, trying to help those in need at that point.
People are struggling, and our neighbors and our community members, and we just want to do as much as we can to help out.
We feel it's important to give back to the community we operate in, and you know, Salvation Army, it's great to what they provide to people of the community, and we're really appreciative to give back to that.
The kettles will be located at a variety of stores around the city and an intercity shopping center. The campaign will wrap up on December 24th.
Yeah, it's that time of year now where there are a lot of charities that need our support as we approach the holiday season. But Fiona, it certainly doesn't feel like we're approaching the holiday season. Once again, temperatures flirting with double digits.
Yes, we were this close today. This close. We had a high of 9, but it was a very gray day. Now, it also came with very minimal winds. Started out around 2 kilometers per hour. At times up to 22, but for the most part, it was very light from the northeast, and we're ranging from a low of 0, as I said, a high of 9. Other areas in the region, a lot of gray skies, a lot of wet conditions, and that's because of this system moving through. Now, it doesn't look too bad, but there is still the potential of a little bit of rain popping up here and there. You can see it's very unorganized. The brunt of it hitting the northeastern shores of Lake Superior today. So, no surprise, Sault Ste. Marie saw rain this morning, and then they started out with a low of 6, warmed 2 whole degrees during the day to a high of 8 under mostly cloudy skies, but the rain has obviously continued in the last few hours, so they're dealing with showers at this time. Gray skies up through Greenstone, Armstrong, Upsala, Atikokan, all the way down to Fort Frances. Greenstone started the day at 1. They warmed up to a high of 6, currently sitting at 5, but everything west of it, temperatures really didn't move much at all today. Fort Frances started the day at 3, warmed up to 5. Mostly cloudy skies, really not much more movement is expected. Then we're around 3 Celsius at this hour for Dryden, Kenora, Sioux Lookout. Red Lake has been hovering between 0 and 1 Celsius for about 21 hours or so. So it's been sticking with, consistently sticking right near the freezing mark with drizzle, fog, and mist, and that kind of rotation of conditions throughout the day. Now here in the city of Thunder Bay, it's going to be another mild one, even milder than last night, a low of 6. So not a whole lot of movement in temperatures. We've got some fog patches developing. There is a 30% chance of drizzle, so just a little bit of a chance overnight and into tomorrow morning. But those mild temperatures are going to continue, and it's looking pretty good that we will hit those double-digit highs for Friday.
Okay, thanks a lot, Fiona. All right, after the break, it is the biggest story in Canada right now. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has come to Toronto. The first show is tonight. And if you're wondering what's the big deal, well, consider the numbers. An economic impact projected to be about $282 million, as well as an influx of about 500,000 people to Canada's largest city. Pretty astounding numbers. We'll have the full details after the break.
The vast majority of the fans we expect for the concerts this week are coming from out of town.